Hey, what's happening, you bumpy Bulbasaur? Today, I'm going to be showing off a deck that it is maybe the most agonizing and stressful deck that I have ever played with, and that is Toxtricity Mill with the Risk Taker attack. And just like it sounds like, the attack actually is a pretty big risk. Flip a coin if heads, discard the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, but if tails, you discard the top 5 cards of your deck. So this is a super fun mill deck, and the list is really cool that I ended up coming up with the other day on the stream. So yeah, pretty risky deck. Don't play this if your only goal is to win games. It's definitely for the thrill of the Risk Taker attack, and some of the other cards in the deck are pretty fun to play with as well. So the only supporter we play in the deck is the Misfortune Sisters. Oh, I guess I should mention this is a Fusion Strike deck, because the Toxel, there is a Fusion Strike Toxel, so you combo that with Genesect, and as long as you only have like one Toxicity evolved in play, Genesect still draws 5 cards per Genesect, which is still quite a bit. So our draw engine is all Genesect all the time. The only supporter we play is Misfortune Sisters, which looks at the top 5 cards of our opponent's deck, and then we discard any number of item cards we find there. So we don't have to discard all of them, but we usually do because we are a mill deck and we're trying to mill out our opponent as soon as possible. So Misfortune Sisters to mill, only supporter in the deck. We also play a Pal Pad because we're trying to play Misfortune Sisters every single turn we possibly can. And then we're using the Risk Taker to hopefully mill more of our opponent's cards. And the Genesect keeps things moving, keeps our Toxicity set up, keeps finding our Misfortune Sisters. We couldn't really play Misfortune Sisters every single turn if there wasn't for Genesect. And besides that, it's just a bunch of turbo cards. I mean, we got 4 Battle VIP Pass, we got Ultra Balls, Quick Balls, a couple Heavy Ball because we don't draw prize cards, so we can't interact with our prize cards at all. So we just want to make sure we can get enough Toxel and Genesect in play consistently throughout games to, you know, keep attacking with Toxtricity. So we even have some great balls in here as well. And the other card that I'm sure some of you looked at and were like, wait, why do we play that? Is the Lure module. Each player reveals the top 3 cards of their deck and puts any Pokemon they find there into their hand. They have to. They don't have a choice. So it kind of acts as like a pseudo setup / mill card because we can use the Lure module. And if we find Pokemon there in the early game, we'll take them and put them in play. And then in the late game, if we find like Toxicities or Toxels, whatever, we'll get those and we'll be able to continuously set up more Toxicities. But for our opponent, once our opponent learns we're a mill deck, they don't want to draw cards, they don't want to play cards, they just want to kind of hold their hand and attack over and over again and hope that I don't mill them before they draw 6 prize cards. But Lure module is another way to force cards out of our opponent's deck so we can, you know, have a higher chance of milling them sooner. So I got 4 Lure module in here as like an extra pseudo setup, pseudo mill card. It's pretty funny. I've had a couple close calls with it where I've almost been able to win games with it. Hasn't quite worked out, but I've definitely made my opponent draw quite a few Pokemon throughout games. So it's maybe won me some games. And then, of course, we do have the Glimwood Tangle in here because we're flipping cards with the Risk Taker. We want to minimize how much the Risk Taker actually hurts us and hopefully is only milling our opponent's cards. So Glimwood Tangle allows us to re-flip any coins for any attacks that we do. Of course, we don't get the previous effects. We just get the new effect of the reflip. So we're hoping if we initially flip tails, we got a Glimwood Tangle in play. We're hoping that next flip is heads, and that's when things get really stressful. If the first one's tails, we got the Glimwood Tangle. We're praying that the next flip is heads. Hopefully, the first flip every single time is just heads. So we're hoping for. And then we have one more mill card in here, the Cursed Shovel. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, we mill 2 of our opponent's cards. So another mill card in the deck. And yeah, this is Turbo Mill. Let's go and let's get into some gameplay so I can show you guys what the deck is all about. And if you want to catch some more gameplay with this deck besides this video, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2. I have some gameplay with a bunch of games with this deck up over there, so you can really get the full Toxicity Mill experience. Let's get into it. All right, here we are. We are going second. But to be honest, that's not that big of a deal, because it does mean we can play a Misfortune Sisters on our first turn and start milling immediately. This hand is a little bit slow though, so we're really hoping for Ultra Ball, Quick Ball, Battle VIP Pass. We have quite a few top decks we could get here. Even another Genesect could maybe actually another Genesect wouldn't be enough, to be honest, against a mill tank. So probably Blissey here from our opponent, which is definitely a fine matchup. They do play Path to the Peak, so we do need to try and find some Glimwood Tangles and try and hold on to those for dear life, because Path is not good for our deck. We do play 4 Glimwoods, but that's it. No other outs to removing stadiums beside the Glimwood Tangles. That's kind of all we got. Hopefully that is going to be enough here, though. But yeah, we have quite a few good top decks. Hopefully we pull one of those good top decks here. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. I guess even the Lure module, if we could hit like double Genesect off that. There's an Ultra Ball, though. Exactly what we needed. Okay, so I'm going to start with that Lure module. We got nothing. Our opponent also got nothing. And there is that Path to the Peak I was talking about. Gonna get another Genesect here. Definitely need to try and set up a lot of basics. We'll Rod back in the Toxicity. Genesect, attach active. And Fusion Strike system. Okay. Got the Misfortune Sisters. Go ahead and hit that. Rip 2 away. VIP passed. Genesect and Toxel. Oh, we didn't prize the Toxel. I thought we prized the Toxel. Another Genesect for 4 here. Keep drawing. VIP pass. Fail. VIP pass. Grab another Toxel. Great Ball. Fail it, I think. Well, they are going to KO a Toxel. I do kind of want a Toxel, but I'm more scared. I'm more scared. Terrified, actually, of Path to the Peak. I would say terrified of Path to the Peak here. All right, Growl here. I guess I could have got like a different Toxel and attached to a bench Toxel instead, to be honest, with this energy attachment, because I did have, well, I didn't want to like, yeah, double Genesect is still probably correct. We do still have plenty of energy left. Gotta find him now. The route will take us out, unfortunately. I was thinking about retreating to Genesect as well here, but then I would need a switch card, and there's the Path to the Peak. All right. But boss on a Genesect, so that means they don't have much going on. So maybe we're just gonna both kind of sit here and do nothing for a little while, which I'm down with the lack of stuff that I have. Okay. I'll even go ahead and play a Lure Module. Maybe try and... Oh, those are some good top decks, to be honest. Okay. Misfortune Sisters, hit 3. Yeah, if we're both sitting here doing nothing, I feel like I'm currently at the advantage. So we do need to get a Glimwood Tangle eventually. I can't sit here forever, but a couple turns of nothing. Those top decks were so good, too. Off of my... It was Air Balloon, Rotom Phone, Glimwood Tangle. So if I was top decking any of those 3 next turn, or 2 of those 3, or one of those, I would eventually top deck the Rotom Phone or the Glimwood Tangle. I would have been in a great spot. And now my opponent's starting to have at it. So yeah, we're going to need a top deck here. We've got 2 turns to probably top deck before things get a little bit too out of hand. I'm assuming I'm getting routed this turn. A Genesect will be going down. And that's fine for one Genesect to go down. But after that, we're going to need to have some kind of response. I will still be able to be using these Misfortune Sisters, which is nice. So we're still doing something. We're being, you know, we're milling cards here. We're not just doing nothing. So we have at least that going for us. But we need to do a little bit more than that. So we need to get these Toxtricities in the active and get them swinging with the Risk Taker. Yeah, I'm okay with giving up 1 Genesect here, but probably can't give them another hit for free after that. I'm going to go ahead and even play this Ultra Ball here. Grab a Genesect, because that's what we want to replace it with. There is 4 Glimwood, and there is 2 Rotom Foam in the deck. So living on the top deck, only 1 off this sister. And going to pass again. I could evolve to the Toxicity. I don't feel like there's a real need to. I guess Miltank only does 90 damage here as well. So maybe this Genesect survives another turn, which would be, you know, that's kind of like, if we get 1 more turn, I'd be down for that. But if they get a powerful energy on the Miltank, or they could even retreat off the Double Turbo into the Greninja, switch back into it, attach a non-Double Turbo energy. So they have quite a few routes to get this KO here, to be honest. There's a route. Okay. Still not drawing great. There's a Glimwood. Okay. So it's exactly what we were waiting for. Taking our time. Another Misfortune Sister. Only 1 again. But ideally, we're going to be in business with the Risk Taker this turn. A little bit slow on both sides. And got my Air Balloon for my Genesect. Heavy Ball for the fail. And then Quick Ball away this Genesect, because I don't really need it anymore. Would have taken the Toxel there. I actually wouldn't have hated taking Toxel there, because my opponent is probably going to be knocking out my Toxicity next turn. They could whiff, I guess. Quick Ball away this. I will grab the Toxel this time, I think. Probably should have grabbed it on the first one, to be honest. I did have the Glimwood in hand as well, so I was pretty set up where I need to be. Not going to go with the Lure Module yet. And then Risk Taker. And this is why it's called Risk Taker. Okay. Second one was the heads. That's what we need. And that's why it's called Risk Taker, because if you get double tails, or sometimes we only get to flip 1 coin, you mill 5 of your own cards. So that's why it's called the Risk Taker. All right, another path. That's fine. We have our Glimwood as a response to it. And if they do Marnie us here, pretty good shot of getting another Glimwood as well. The boss. Oh, no, I was going to say the boss stall again. They're just going for the boss on the Genesect, though. I can just raw double Genesect here, I think, then. Because I do want to set up a 3rd Genesect at some point, probably. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I probably want to go about that route. They kind got the first 2 prize cards. Toxtricity up. Toxel down. And with Tangle. Yeah, lure module, why not? I might just say that. To be honest, do I really need a Genesect? I almost don't feel like I don't even need a Genesect, to be honest. Okay. Another Toxtricity. Palpad. Cover. The sisters. Attach. Draw. And I'm actually going to save this Rotom Phone to play at the end of the turn to ideally put a Glimwood Tangle on top. Misfortune Sisters. No hits. There's not that many items. Ooh. All right, so we're going to put another Rotom Phone on top. And here we go. Risk Taker once again. Oh, we're going to go with the reflip. Oh, my gosh. All right. We're fine. We're fine. 16 cards left for us to deal with. We're closing in. This is the final stretch here to getting this dub. All right. 3 Path gone now as well. I think we maybe picked up one of those in our previous mill. I think actually we did. Oh no, we bumped it with the Glimwood. Maybe in our, yeah, maybe one of our, I think one of our mills did catch a Path. Maybe not. They're going into the Blissey. Gonna start to attack with Blissey now. Set the thing up. There's a boss probably on a Toxel. No, they're going actually for a Genesect. All right, so gonna try and stall my Genesect while they build up the Blissey to be able to get 1-hit KOs. I don't think that's gonna work out here. And now I think I probably will commit an Ordinary Rod to recover some Genesects here. Yeah, maybe. I don't really want to, but I have 2 Ordinary Rod in hand. I don't feel like I'm going to need both of these Ordinary Rods anymore in this game. And I really want to move this Genesect. There's a double turbo to move it. I'll hold the rods. Why not? We're only drawing 2, but that's fine. Patch. Draw with the other Genesect first. And then we will retreat. And we're back at it with the Risk Taker. Can we get a heads? Oh my gosh, we have to reflip every time. Can we just get the heads on the first one once? All right, 10 cards left. All the paths to the peak are gone. Wait. All the paths to the peak are gone. So I could even Ultra Ball away my Glimwood Tangle at this point because it's going to be kind of a dead card in the hand from this point on. We're one more risk. We're like 1 Risk Taker away. We've got a lot of Cursed Shovels as well. And my opponent is down 3 Boss's Orders. So they can't really get around my Cursed Shovels consistently anymore. So we're 1 Risk Taker away from closing this one out, I think. But it's still, every time I go for it, it's still so agonizing. And my opponent's actually pretty close to winning themselves. If they do have, most Blissey decks do play 4 Boss. There's the 2 discarded off the shovel. Yeah, most Blissey decks do play 4 Boss. So they're just like a knockout and a boss away from winning. So we do have to try and close this one out pretty soon. Just some Toxtricities. And yeah, Ultra Ball away the double Glimwood, like I said. I don't think it's going to be necessary to keep around. Draw 4 here. Okay, so I am going to play this Ordinary Rod to get some Genesects back. Just in case I mill myself here. I will evolve. Attach a twin. I'm not going to draw any cards. Okay, Risk Taker. Oh my gosh, every time. Oh no! We mill ourselves for 5. All right, we got 2 cards left in our deck. Actually, if they Marty us here, we just lose. And this is the risk of playing this deck to begin with. Is when you get the double tails. I mean, it just doesn't go anywhere. So you're always hoping. I mean, if you get double tails, I feel like I lose every game I get. Definitely 2 double tails. I've won some games actually where I've gotten. They're bringing up the Genesect. Oh gosh. Okay. So I can guarantee get the Misfortune Sisters here. And if the Misfortune Sisters mills 1 card, but is there any items left in their deck is the question. Oh, they have 1 prize card. We have to go for it, right? They have 1 prize card left. So we have to get the Misfortune Sisters, which I can guarantee draw. Wait, did I mill it actually? No, I milled the Misfortune. So I don't even have a win con. Wait, do I? I don't think so. We're out of we're out of lure modules. Oh no, the Risk Taker has done us in. Well, I'm gonna try and get this last flip anyways. And it does it again. And that's it. We lose. We got 2 double tails. The first double tails did kind of do us in though. That was kind of the one that kind of set us up to fail. So that is unfortunate. And Yep, we're gonna lose this one. Still a ton of fun. I really enjoy this deck. Like I said, if you guys want to catch some more gameplay from me with this one, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG 2. I got a bunch of other games up there with the deck. I do win some of them, I swear. But yeah, definitely a fun meme deck. Definitely recommend you guys check it out if you're looking for something different. And yeah, trying to look into I mean, it's just a intense deck. When you go for the risk taker, it's intense every single time, knowing that there's a chance you mill 5 of your own cards. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.